Yo, good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Agree to Disagree podcast. I'm your host, or one of your hosts, Mike Check Productions. I got a co-host that then went. There he is with the Bears jersey on. Co-host,
Yo, 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 yo. Can you hear me on your microphones?
yes sir. Introduce yourself, my man.
Man, I simply can. If I did it once, you know what it is. I'd do it again. And now I got a new moniker. Somebody gave it to me today. I'm not a YouTuber, fellas. I'm not a podcaster. I just play one on the internet.
Mm,
Mm,
that's what's up. That's what's up.
mm.
And last but not least, our guest.
Simply red.
What's up, y'all? You already know who it is. It's your girl, Anthony's Too Real, but a lot of people call me A2R. I am super excited to be back in the studio with my brothers to pull up and have a little chat and stir up the internet once again. Let's go.
Let's get it.
She's a queen to be.
No, I cannot. I'm so for real.
All right, so
I'm gonna just be so like so for real right now. When he wasn't here at first, when he was like, the co-hosts were out, he had some guests. I was like, you know what, this gonna be real serious. We're gonna get to business.
and
And
then here
then
you
he
come.
popped in and wanna play.
That's Ken.
What?
That's simply Ken. That's
What is that? Velvet?
All right, you guys. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you click that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Let me mute this clown real quick. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you click the all. That way you're notified for each time that we post. We got him in the top left, being simply Ken. All right. So Ken
Oh,
brought up
okay.
a top. Yeah, you're unmuted. Yeah. So Ken brought up an interesting topic last episode. Why don't you go ahead and introduce that topic? I can't remember what it was. I know it was about deadbeats, but frame it for us.
Whew. You want me to frame it or you just want me to get a topic first?
Both.
Frame it
Give
mean
the
I got to give a little context and
Yeah, give
thought.
the topic and then frame it. Yeah.
All right. So, um, the topic I'm bringing out to y'all tonight, man, is there an excuse for being a deadbeat or absentee parent? Is there really an excuse? Um, the way that I came up with this topic is, for those of y'all don't know, um, I've had full custody of my 15-year-old son for 8 going on 9 years. 7 going on 8 years, I believe. And when I say absent, we talking about absent. We talking about hasn't had physical contact with my son in probably 4.5, 5 years. Has given every excuse in the window in the world as to why there's no contact. We'll call and text because obviously I keep the cell phone bill paid. Um, I I initially went into it thinking we're gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure it out. You on your BS. I'm gonna get full custody. And when I noticed that I broke her down from the court system, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to sock it to her, right? So I didn't even ask for support. When I saw that she was just gonna be absent, and I didn't even take. I wanted 50. I wanted shared parenting time, so my son has that full experience. But I think her ego got in the way, and she been completely absent on him. I'm talking about really absent, like holidays, birthdays, no gifts, maybe get a call. It's always an excuse. She's been telling my son for 10 years she got him a PlayStation 3 that she waiting to give to him when she see him. So I know my side of the story, and I'm not here to bash her. I'll bash her efforts, right? I don't, it's not for me to bash the person, but I know on her side of the planet, she has reasons. I call them excuses. And I sit back and I think, bro, I have 6 total kids. I've raised probably 10 or 11, and I've never been able to give an excuse because I had to be there one way or another. So my question is there any legitimate excuse for being an absent parent, aka deadbeat. And we not going men or women. It's parent. Let's put it like that, because it can go both ways.
Well, I mean, that's an easy answer. I mean, we could answer that and end the show in 6 minutes. I don't think anybody's gonna come up here and make an excuse or make an argument for a good reason to be an absentee parent. I think the better question is, well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna throw a curveball that early into the show. Um, there are many different excuses, whether they be good or good or bad. You got parents that are strung out on drugs. I'm not saying that's a legitimate reason to be an absentee parent, but what I want if I made a child with a drug addict, would I want that drug addict around my kid? An abusive parent, you know, you may have laid down and made a child with an abusive person. It may be best for that parent never to be around that child. I'm not saying that's a legitimate reason, but those are reasons. I mean, I guess it all depends on what's the reason for the absentee. Is it just because that person is like you just described in your situation? They just selling dreams and they really don't want to be a part of that child's relationship because y'all are not together. I mean, that's the better question. Is let's break down some of the reasons why parents are absentee. Because I'm raising two kids biologically and two kids by marriage, and their dad. I'm similar to your situation. They kept the cell phone so they could stay in touch. Never tried to shield them and take them away from his responsibility or his relationship with them. But still, there was always excuses. He would drop in every 4 years or whatever, and then just be absent another 6 years with no good reason. So I don't think there is a legitimate reason, but I do believe the two reasons I brought may cause a person to be absent.
Um,
I disagree.
so,
Go ahead.
so I was gonna say I disagree, bro, and respectfully, right? Because this is a topic that unfortunately you and I are living the topic, right? Um, Everything we do in life is a choice. I've had a lot of trauma in my life. I have a lot of drama in my life. I've had to grow. I have to learn. I've been arrested. I've been in jail. I've had money, not had money. I could have chose vices. I could have, I could have um chose avoidance. I think being a parent is a choice. I I'm all about accountability, bro. I've never not been able to choose my kids. Have I always been the exact parent they want me to be? Heck no, no parent is, right? But I've never not chosen them. If you want to go situationally, that I choose to do something instead of doing something, that's parenting. But being there for them, always, always. So I again, I have empathy for the drug user. I have empathy for the abuser. But again, bro, I know that any seed of mine and any seed that I've had influence on, um, me being a responsible human always had me as a man prioritize being that in their life first. There are times I'm stressed out. I want to get drunk, want to get high, maybe. Those aren't my things, but could I have done those things? I've always chosen my kids, bro. So I don't have even empathy for that, bro. Because I think that people, I think that we have more control than we do. I think some of those things are excuses, especially when we talking about the most precious thing, period, which is a life. So that's kind of my stance on it, bro.
Okay, Anthony's, you still with us? What say you? What's your thoughts on the topic?
Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, loud and proud.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm in my Grudio, and it's about to be 30 something degrees in the morning in Florida. So it's kind of cold out here. So I had turned on my heater, but I didn't want it to be too loud. Now, I agree with both of y'all. Shout out to y'all because I know you said you are parenting two biological and two for marriage. And shout out to Ken. I know you can't like judge a person by like their looks and just be like, oh, you don't look like you have six kids, but you really don't. But shout out to you for stepping in. Now, I know you said you disagree with Mike, but I did tell both of y'all that I do agree with both of y'all. Now, some points that you bring up simply. Now, you were saying yes, and so in my opinion, it's not making an excuse if you say, okay, somebody is on drugs or somebody is not in their right mind. But in reality, it's not an excuse, but that's just like a reality. Like that's just the circumstances. Okay, this what it is. Now my husband, both of my husband parents were on drugs at some point in his life. They are both like clean. However, certain decisions that they made when they was on drugs, I'm sure if they weren't on drugs, they probably wouldn't have made those particular decisions. Um, I don't know exactly like what your situation is. Simply, you don't gotta go into depth, but I'm not trying to like take up for your son's mom, but I'm looking at it from the aspect of we always like see like out in the world like how okay it can be the same situation like flipped around, and I'm not trying to make it like a gender war thing, like not at all, but I'm just saying I'm just showing her a little bit more grace because that's the same grace that I would show to anybody else, like if the shoe was on the other foot. But you were saying that you have not been able to never like not choose your kids, and to keep it 100, yes, you have. Like, you make a choice to like choose your kids, but you can always not choose your kids. But as a real man, you make a choice. So the thing is, whatever is going on with your son's mom, she is making a choice. We don't know if she's making that choice because like of drugs or maybe like mental, like you know what I'm saying, like something with that. But I mean, it's not an excuse, but that can be the only reason why I can see why somebody would not want to take care of their kids. You get what I'm saying? Like either something mental or maybe something with drugs. Because other than that, why would you not want to be involved with what you have helped, like actually bring, like, you know what I'm saying? Like come to pass. Like I can't just see myself like just getting mad and just telling my husband, oh, I don't like you take care of the kids. I mean, maybe when I was younger because I never wanted kids. But ultimately, like I love my kids. But
You
even
know what?
still, I don't see myself without my kids. Hmm.
I forgot about that. That was a good point you made before Ken rebuts. I forgot about
What?
the mental aspect. You got
Yeah. It's a
um
real
yeah,
thing. It's a real
you got
thing.
mental illness. What's that illness?
Post
Schizophrenic.
post post
Yeah,
post
postpartum.
Yeah,
postpartum.
postpartum. Yes. Yeah. I know people that suffer from that, like after giving birth. Like it's the real thing, and it's so easy to think. Like sometimes you hear stuff, and you will be like, "Nah, that can't happen." And I'm gonna be honest, like I love my clear brothers and sisters, but ultimately, like growing up, it's certain things that we're taught, and I had never really seen nobody like us go through that until I knew somebody personally, and I'm like, this is a real thing, like, and you don't know, you don't be in your right mind, so you got to give. I mean, you don't have to. I would hope. I'm gonna say I would hope you would give just like a little bit of grace, you know. Cause then it kind of go back to no shade. That's why we just got to kind of follow the Bible or whatever you believe that will make you follow like your moral compass and just be, cause you know these certain things you probably didn't think when you were doing whatever you were doing to bring forth. You know, you probably didn't think years down the line you would be going through this or be in this situation. I'm pretty sure, you know.
Go ahead, Ken. I agree. I was gonna go there, but you did it more nicely than I was.
All right. So
I'm being genuine, Ken, like from the heart. I'm so for real.
I respect it. I know everything about you, Jen. I respect that.
Okay, okay. Thank
Um,
you.
so let me tell you why my stance, why I disagree with both of y'all.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you the position that I always take. I take the child's position. Everything involved with absenteeism is an excuse to a child.
Mm.
Period. In adolescence, from infancy to adolescence, they don't understand anything other than you not here.
Mm.
And there's something in me that I cannot leave my child with that thought. I can't. I've had issues, and me and Mike talked about this. Kids with other people, other people that I've dealt with that have had children that I've bonded with. I can't let that bond go.
Mm.
If I see them tonight, it's hey son, I miss you. Like I can't because kids, you can't raise kids off excuses. That's a life. Anything else, I get it, but I feel like there are reasons, but to a child, everything else is an excuse, y'all. Um,
Okay.
I'll give some context to my situation, right? And again,
Well, you
thank
don't
God.
have to, only if you feel comfortable. But I'm so
Oh,
for
I'm
real,
comfortable.
like
I'm comfortable.
respect and make sure you respect your son and your son's mom. Like just remember, you guys may be big one day. You don't want anything to come back. You know what I'm saying? This because sometimes we say stuff and you don't realize, like, hey, I done said this. I've turned off the camera and been like, I think I may have said too much. So I'm just saying, I ain't trying to tell you what to say. Just think it through, dog. I done seen like bad things happen from somebody not understanding what you're trying to say. So just think it through
Okay, I
before you
appreciate
get
that.
like too in details.
So I'm gonna say this. I start with this. I learned through therapy that it does you no good, no justice. There's no benefit to you to blame anybody for anything. The best thing in life is to observe, step back, and figure out what you could have learned from that situation. To tell another person that they not this, they not that, or you're the reason for this, you're empowering that person. So I don't do that. So I'm not gonna talk about her. I can talk about her actions and the effect of her actions. I'm not judging her. I let everybody else judge her because your actions supersede you if that's what you choose to do. But
Okay, that's not where I thought that was going, but
yeah,
Lord,
yeah.
I
Well, no, no,
tried.
no, no, no. And I don't got nothing bad to say about her. I can talk about parenting. I can talk about the effects me being a son, being a father raising my son, and the effects that it has based on the actions that have happened. So, long story short, um, I took her and her other two children in and raised them from the age of I think they were 2 and 4, about to be 5. And I was in a scenario where um, I took them in for wait 4 5 for 7 years. Um, and I took them in after my marriage had dissolved, and and it was me trying. I didn't have pure intentions of necessarily marrying her, but I didn't want my son not to have a family experience. I also, because I was married prior to and I had 2 daughters by my ex-wife, I wanted to make sure my son got at least the foundation that my daughters had gotten because I understand the synergy of family, how important it is. So I try to make or create that synergy with her and her other 2 children while my other 2 daughters had went back. I still maintain my relationship with them as well. But the compatibility wasn't what it needed to be in order for that to be a successful relationship. Let's just put it like that. And it became to the point that it was toxic. Um, I had to put her in jail, man. One thing I don't do, I don't play games. I did it after 7 years of a lot of frustration, and I told her because I learned that her moral system wasn't the same as mine. Um, I told her during the relationship, I said, one thing you can never do with me Been ever try to take me to court for child support because I've been taking care of you and these other two kids, and I don't put any distinguish. I never call them step kids anything. Their dads weren't there, didn't care to be there, didn't know anything about them, and I stepped into the role, and I was fine with it because the kids are innocent, right? No excuses. Well, after we went our separate ways and it was clear, and I definitively had moved on. Um, you know, she thought it was a joke, thought it was a game. And when she found out I legitimately moved on, she tried to play the child support game. Now, I made it clear to her. Um, if you ever did that, that would be like the greatest insult. Because before anything, I'm a father, and I'm a selfless father. I told her specifically, if you ever try that with me, I got the bag, and I will spin the bag to make an example of you, because that's disrespectful. Well, she tried me. She tried to go the state route. So, second she went the state route, I lawyered up. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. Went back and forth to court for 3 years. Um, Dealt with her trying to insult me in court and act crazy and all this senseless stuff that had nothing to do with my son and his well-being. She made it so personal and looked like a fool in court. Well, when all the dust settled, it was revealed to the court, and to the state, and to my son had a best interest attorney. All three parties agreed that I was supposed to get full legal decision making, which is full custody, right? And they were even offering partial visitation to her because, through court, we exposed who she really was. Well, she fought, 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 fought. And I said, okay, I'm not going to take time away from you and my son. So between my lawyer and myself, and even the attorney, my lawyer, myself, and the judge, we went ahead and we offered 50% parenting time. Well,
Hold on, Ken. Hold on. Pause that. Don't lose your thought. Go ahead. You got a question? And
oh, that's question.
Antoinette?
Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
wanted him to finish his thought, but I had a question that is just really stirring up inside of me.
Come on, go ahead.
How long were you? So you said you were married,
Yeah, I was married prior to me dealing with her.
but were you married to her?
Never married to her. Not at all.
How long were y'all together?
Um, on and off for the better part of probably about 8 years.
And at what point did you realize this is a serious question because I'm not using you like as an example, but this is seriously a teaching moment as to why God said what he said. How so y'all were together off and on, you said about 8 years. At what point did you seriously realize that y'all did not have, in your words, your moral systems were not the same?
The
At
fourth year.
what year?
The fourth year. And I'll tell you what happened. What I did at the fourth year, I got to the point where I can't. I wasn't finna deal with that. Right. Still there for my son. Right. Gone. You out my crib. Cool. Be who you gonna be. Um. And I moved on. Well. And I'm gonna just tell my position. Um, I felt sorry for the situation, the condition they were in, and took the situation back on and back in because there's a part of me, and I dealt with this through therapy. There's a part of me that because my initial marriage didn't fail, I knew there were some things inside of me that I needed to work on, and through therapy, I realized who I should have been, and I corrected things, and I had empathy for her. And I was hoping that she would get to the point where she would be able to correct some things about her. And I, I didn't want to not give somebody an opportunity that I wish I had. So that's why I took it back on and off for those last 3 years, and still trying to make sure that those kids had stability, some type of family synergy, right? Those were my main points. So to answer your question, 4 years I knew, We were off for probably about 8, 9 months. I moved on. Probably about almost a year. I moved on, and then when I came back, the conditions were crazy. Because I still kept in contact with my son, his grandmother, and they wasn't doing good. So I offered my space. I stayed alert to see if there were some changes in character. And a person to play the game for a while. But when I got to the point of maturity, I'm like, man, this is not working. I'm not finna be going back and forth with courts and all that. Nah, I can't deal with crazy. And again, it's not me judging the actions. I think the rationale behind some of the stuff she was doing is crazy. But yeah, to answer your question in short, that's it. But let me kind of go back to my story, unless you got another question.
Well, I just wanted to make the point that I'm so sorry that that happened. And I'm sorry that it took to the 4 year mark. Like, typically, these are things that we should be knowing, like, in the beginning before we even get that involved with people. That would cut down on a lot of time. And honestly, it will stop like a lot of broken homes. Because ultimately, even though you stepped up to be like you know what I'm saying, like the A1 day one parent, and I know you are married, right? You're married, so you married, right?
Hmm.
Right. Okay. So your
Yeah.
son has a bonus mom, like, thank God. But ultimately, if you weren't married, that's just going to be another broken home, but the child being with the other parent. Like, we should be getting to know people before we're like sleeping with them and like just going that far. Like, ultimately, when you think about it, because like, how y'all 4 years in and then you realize y'all don't got like the same like moral system. Like, what the hell was y'all talking about for 4 years? Like, what was y'all doing? And then another thing you said before you go back to your story, you also said with correcting and going to therapy, then you started like, what's not fair is like not taking up for her. But it's not cool for you to, okay, go to therapy, you healing, and now you like, oh, you need to be on the healing journey and where I'm at too. Like, you got to respect that you had to grow there and get there too. Like, I
That
don't
was
get it.
that wasn't the case. So let me clarify. So
Okay, my
the
bad.
first thing, the first thing you asking, what were we doing for 4 years? So I'll give you context. Um, at the end of my marriage, my first marriage, when you're married, you really indulge yourself into the marriage, and as the marriage dwindles, you start losing things. And I'm gonna be honest, as a man, you lose your self confidence, you lose your self worth. Even though we may
Is
not feel
that
it outward.
from putting everything into the marriage?
No, no,
I'm
no,
just asking because I
no.
don't want anybody to be single and listen to y'all and they start thinking this. Like, you gotta like speak with context when you talking. Like,
So
cause you don't want to like start nobody away from getting married thinking it's this, and this. Like, and I'm
mhm.
very protective over marriage. So I'm just saying you gotta like speak with some context. I'm not trying to cut you off,
Yeah.
but I can't let you do marriage like that, okay?
So it wasn't a marriage. What I'm saying is, at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the marriage, as a man, I took on a lot. I felt my self worth was down, my confidence was down. Um, it hitting me that I was losing everything that I thought I had was tough. So psychologically, you try to block it out with whatever. And what happened is, me connecting with her was at a time that I was really emotionally vulnerable.
Are you making
Now in the
excuses?
huh?
Are you making
That's what it
excuses?
sounds like, because it sounds like
No,
you wasn't healed. You shouldn't have
no.
been getting into it
I should
with another person and you weren't healed.
absolutely,
It sounds
absolutely.
like you were in your Tender D season. I'm sorry, not trying to be mean. Like, just
I'm not.
admit it. You
I'm not
got
running from
caught.
nothing.
Are we just waiting to hear some accountability? You preach
I gotta
self-accountability.
finish. Can I?
Literally, thank you, Mike. I ain't
So
want to
wait,
say it
wait.
and sound like
So
I
so
was being like
so
inconsiderate, but
do
I'm like, so you ain't
do
do
you?
nothing? You was
No,
perfect, but you ain't married to
no.
number two,
I
but you
didn't
were
say
perfect.
that. I didn't say
Okay.
that. Do you
But you
want
got to speak
context?
up with accountability because you ain't
Do,
said nothing. You been placing it. You ain't accepted none yet.
wait, am I wrong? Did she not just ask for context first? So I'm giving context.
But within the context, the way you
I gotta
describing
get
it,
there. I gotta get there.
You got to
Well, you
start there.
gotta get
No, you got to
there. We
start
gotta
there,
get to the rest of your
and
point,
then give us
No,
the
right,
I got.
details.
brother?
I'm not. Hold on. Let me finish giving my context. So at the end of my marriage,
Okay.
I
We went back to the end again. We had
yeah, I
started
got.
at the end and we were in the process of you were trying to move on, but hadn't started therapy yet. Let's start
I,
there.
yes. So I wasn't trying to move on. So because of the state that I was in, the first thing that showed me affection, showed me those things that I was missing, I jumped on. So to
I
answer
said
your
you were in the tender meat season. I had already identified that. That's why you were so quick. The first thing she whispered in your ear, you went for it. It's okay. That's why you should have started therapy and then started dating. But
didn't know
you
that.
did what most of us do. You started to date, then you started to heal, and then you thought you were so far along, like so much
No,
further
no,
than her.
no, I didn't. I didn't have the so let
See,
me go
Ken
back.
not tell
It's not
Ken not tell you the whole story. If he tells you the whole
Okay.
story, it would make sense. And Ken is purposely,
Okay.
and I don't blame you. Ken is purposely not telling you every single detail, and that's why it seems
Okay.
crazy to you, or there's a
Okay. All
disconnect.
right. Thank you, Mike. Because I'm
Yeah,
like, Ken, I'm
hey,
really trying to be there for you, brother. But
no, no, no.
and it's
And
okay.
then
I don't want you to go into too much detail, but I'm gonna take my word and I'm gonna just sit back and listen to the rest of your
yeah.
story. I'm
I'm
so
I'm I'm
sorry.
I'm listening to you as if I don't know this story, and I can understand why she's asking the questions that she's asking because you're not telling the complete story of how everything ended and why it ended and how you get. You're not telling the whole story, so it's not going to make sense to her the way it
so I
makes
got
sense to
mixed
you.
company. I had mixed company.
Okay.
My offspring was right here. Thank
Oh,
you.
why you just say that? Why you ain't say like a code word or something?
Because my son
You,
is
I
very
hope they,
intelligent.
I hope your child wasn't there when you were saying the other stuff.
I,
Cause you don't want them to hear that about their parent. Like I'm so for real.
no,
Like
he
that's
knows.
what I was gonna ask you earlier. How can your child know anything when your child is just a child? Like a child will only know what you tell, like what they
11.
hear, of course, but you can always tell them something. Like you don't gotta feed until you know what I'm saying, because you want them to grow up and form their own opinion. Because when they get old enough and they understand, they're gonna see for themselves exactly what it is. Like so for real. And they're gonna fully understand exactly like what you put into it and the sacrifices that you made. Like I'm so for real. But was your
Yeah.
son right there when you were saying that other things about that young lady? And I'm trying to just be
I didn't say
respectful to
nothing about the
her.
young lady. I didn't say nothing about the young lady.
See,
I
You
this is
was
was
why
saying,
making
this is
yourself
why
look
they
like
want to make
super
this
dad of
personal.
the year.
This is why
And
they
her
want to make
like
this personal.
deadbeat, what my baby mama.
oh, so if you get the
Maybe
story,
not.
you
Maybe
get
I'm
the
just throwing
context.
a little extra on. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you throwing some sauce on there. So my
Okay.
point again, at the end of that time, um, it was whatever gave me the attention, and to say what we were doing for 4 years, smashing, right, and trying to make makeshift stuff go, right. Was nobody planning? Was nobody uh trying to heal? But you just moving with the tide.
In the moment.
So
So
you just like to hear yourself talk because you went back and literally proved my point. That's why it took you 4 years to realize that you guys had two different moral systems.
yeah, but I
Now,
was
how
young
did
too.
that help your kids with that toxicity that you said was going on? How did that help?
How did what help?
Huh? How did that help? You helped yourself. You said you were smashing. That was your highlight for the.
First 4 years.
Anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt your story. I just wanted you to know, like sometimes, no
I'm listening.
comment.
I'm
Sometimes
listening.
I think you just want to hear yourself talk. Like, cause sometimes what you be saying don't be making no sense. Like, tell me why, like you just prove what be going on in our community a lot of times. Like people are just concerned with like the right now, the pleasure for the moment. Like they don't, you're not talking about like real life stuff, because had you been talking about real life stuff, you would have realized a lot sooner than 4 years, and you probably would have been dealing with what you deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like keeping it above 50. Cause like we've listened to your story, and That's all we've done. We haven't addressed any other points because you want us to hear like how you got to where you got to, even though you didn't tell us the whole thing. I get it. I know you don't want to put everything on the internet, but I'm just saying the purpose of your story just, and I'm not trying to be mean, but circle me back to the purpose of your story because what the question was and then where your story went, I'm lost because you're showing us what we need not to do in the community right now. Don't just smash for 4 years and enjoy yourself, and then at year four you wake up and realize we don't got nothing in common. What the hell we gonna do? Then you go on another 4 years just off and on for absolutely no reason. Like just why? Simply why, Ken?
Simply.
Simply why?
I like that. Hold on. Hold on.
What?
So let's get back to where we were going.
Oh
Let's
Lord, we back at no therapy.
no 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 no. What's the topic? What's the topic that we talking about?
You made the topic up. Was it
Look,
a reason to be a deadbeat parent? You told us
you
that
keep cutting it
story
off.
to justify not agreeing with us. You just want to be disagree. It's given you want to be Charlemagne the God. You just want to be
Who?
the person on the outside. You couldn't just say, you know what? I agree with y'all because it makes sense,
Boy,
but
this
I
sounds
also see it
familiar.
like this too.
Boy, this sounds familiar. She don't even watch our show. Oh my God, this sounds
I
so
do be
familiar.
watching your show. You better put some
Why
respect on my
why
name. You can click on my
why?
name
So
and
Hold
see
on,
how
hold
many
on.
times I commented. I do watch your show.
You don't watch our
Thank
show
so
like
you.
that to
so
Oh,
understand
okay,
that you're
my
saying
bad.
exactly what I just said.
so no,
Oh,
I'm
my
not.
bad. I was about to
I'm
say
not
I do
taking
watch
this.
y'all show.
Hold on, I'm not taking this. I can disagree, and I'm not disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing. I'm disagreeing because it's my lived experience. That ain't no excuses to not being there for your kid.
Same response.
Period.
I just want you. You are older than me. I don't remember how much older, but I'll be 39 in a few weeks. And I just show so much grace because, like, in a blink of an eye, like, your life can change. Like, something can literally happen to where, God forbid, like, something happened and the shoe is on the other foot. You would want somebody, I
So
would take up for you the same exact way, simply. Like, I'm so for
I don't
real.
need that. BS is BS. Let me pause you right there. So
Okay.
you can't try to have me have grace because I'm talking about what a lived experience is over 9 years. So I can
Okay.
look back and see there was nothing there to add for grace for. That was a choice not to be there. That's my circumstance. My circumstance ain't what you can hypothesize and say, oh, this maybe be have grace because this could be. No, I'm telling you what was lived. What was
All
Okay.
right,
lived
let me
is
let me say you something real quick.
And you're
Since
entitled
you're,
to that. You are
hold on, Days.
absolutely right. Because my husband is here and I've never left my kids. You're absolutely right. I actually have somebody that I know and I don't want to put their business out there. So I know, yeah, same experience, married, and their husband has a deadbeat baby mama. They've had custody of her bonus son for a really long time. So to say that I don't know, you're right, you don't know because you didn't know that. And I didn't have to tell you that. But what I'm telling you is grace is due to everybody. And Lord, I pray nothing happened to you to where you are in a place to where somebody else got to show you some grace. Like I truly pray that
it's
because
it's
you real
so grace don't go
arrogant.
backwards. No,
You
baby,
real arrogant, but
baby,
it's cute.
grace. No,
It's
it's not
cute.
cute.
You're
It's
real
legit.
arrogant.
So let's keep it a buck. Grace don't go backwards. You can go back and look at what happened and judge it for what it was. We talking about
Grace be focused
grace
on
is
moving forward. Why you keep going
yeah.
backwards? It's like you want to
Because
sit there. Like
I'm not
you
sitting there.
being,
No,
it shouldn't
no,
even have that much
no.
of an effect on you. Because number one, you say you in therapy, and number two, you got your wife there to help you. So it really shouldn't strike the same nerve that it struck before you had somebody to sit there and help you sit and go through the struggles that you're going through. Like that's why I was trying to tell you, you need to pipe down. Because for you to be a man and you sitting up here and it's bothering you like that, and you got your wife there, now it's giving. Like, are you really
Yes,
married, or is you like in a pressure of
giving what?
marriage?
Not at
Cause
all.
like, what is
It's
you
not.
doing?
So what I'm doing is I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm raising my kid.
I'm gonna do like
See,
Anthony.
again,
Well,
we're
stop
going,
acting like you doing
we're
it on
going,
your own and you married
we're
because it's
no,
a
no, no, no.
partnership.
This ain't got nothing to do with a partnership. This got something to do with a whole nother half of this kid's life that has chosen not to be there. That's what we talking about. We talking about the choice. And we talking about what excuses for this choice is on the other side. What you can't do is you can't railroad the conversation to try to highlight the points that you want to highlight. You can't blame being present and call it arrogance. I'm
Can I
present.
get in there?
I
Can I
don't
kick
have
it
to
in?
give no. I don't have to give grace to an experience that I lived that I can look back and say what
And
was.
you're
I can give
absolutely
I can
correct.
I can give grace in advance for circumstances to come. But you ain't got to give grace going back because I lived it. I experienced. I watched somebody completely neglect. I watched somebody make choices for themselves other than their child. I don't got to give no grace to that. How do you give grace to something that happened? If somebody punch you in your face, you gonna give them grace afterwards? No,
I
they
mean, if
punched you in
I
your
expect
face.
them to punch me, maybe not. But so you
Who
telling me
expects to
you
get
just woke
punched?
up one day and she just turned into a deadbeat? A
No, it
deadbeat?
don't.
Like, be for
So
real.
so so
No, you didn't know
that's
who you
that's
was
not
with.
genuine.
Like,
That's not.
that's why y'all should know who you lay down with and stop just sleeping with everything and just having
So
a good
so
damn time.
so let's keep it a bug. Relationships don't go like that. It's not a blueprint. Relationships don't go like that. If you think relationships go like that, that means you might need some issues. What I'm trying to say is typically, even in our community or whatever community,
I've
it
been with
start.
the same man for 18 years and
Good
married for
job.
13. I've
Here, hold
never
up, hold
left
up,
my kids, and
hold up.
he ain't never left my kids. So,
Here,
yeah, I can
here,
speak from
here.
that point. And before I had a baby from him, I knew the man I was with.
Good,
I
good for
knew
you.
him. You
Hey,
went back to the initial point of stop just laying down with people that you don't know because you want to have a good time. Wasn't trying
so
to railroad a point, trying to make a point like you sitting up here, you saying all of this. You don't want to go, you don't want to show grace because you didn't know the person you was laying down with.
what?
She didn't just
What?
wake up 8 years later and become somebody else.
That's
That's what
not
I'm
what's being in
saying.
question. That's not what's that question. What's that question is the choice to be in your child's life. I ain't gotta give grace for that when you haven't, when you've chosen not to. That's what we talking about. You talking about relationship stuff. I'm talking about after you've had the child, after the child has been here, after the relationship is over. Because the relationship was over when I had full custody of my son. We talking about from that point forward. Ain't no grace. She ain't did nothing. Ain't no excuse for being a deadbeat. You're trying to go back to the relationship. Relationship was over. We talking about after everything's done, everybody go their separate ways. Why are you not present in your child's life? That's the question. See, what you want to do is you want to go back and go to how we got there. Guess what? I can't go
The
back. I got
question
there.
was, is there an
Yo,
excuse to be a deadbeat in your child's life? My response was, are they in their right? Are they in their right mind? And are they on drugs? That's
and
what
I'm
I
telling you
said.
this,
And I
and I
said,
respect that.
not making an excuse, but simply saying these are things that will alter how you think, which will alter the choice that you make to be
And
present
neither,
for your child.
and
That's
you're
what I
right.
said.
And my response to that was
And
very
of course, you
clear.
didn't hear that because you be sitting waiting to
No,
respond, like you
no,
always
nope,
damn
nope,
do.
nope, 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 nope. What my response to that was, if
Mister,
you
I'm not a
forgot,
podcaster. I just pretend to be one on the internet.
I play one on the internet, not to pretend. So, like I was saying, my response to what you said was, I take it from the kid's perspective, and kids don't care about excuses. Kids don't care in infancy and adolescence. Kids not looking like, okay, my mommy's not here. She's not hugging me because she's on drugs. My mommy's not here. My daddy's not here. He's not hugging me because he has a mental issue. They don't understand those things. So that's why I said that respectfully. I understand what you're saying, but I'm talking about from a kid's perspective. They don't understand that.
I'm
That's
glad you
my
brought
point.
Are
that
you
up.
And
and
then
your wife hugging your kids?
so
Because they
this ain't
might
got
not
nothing.
care about
This
your baby
guess what?
mama hugging them
Guess
as
what?
much as you and
Guess
your
what?
wife are hugging
Guess
them.
what? Let me keep it a buck. The topic is it a choice? Is there an excuse for being a deadbeat? Me nor my wife are deadbeats, so that don't apply. Stop bringing stuff in that has nothing to do with the argument. We're going back to
Okay.
the person, to
I
the
was trying to
deadbeat.
help you prove your point.
I don't need my point proven. This is not about a point being proven. It's lived experience. There's a difference, sweetheart. What I'm trying to
Oh,
tell you is that the topic is there an excuse for not being there for your child? And I'm saying I'm standing on business. No, I've never made an excuse for not being there for my child. And I don't think you should. And I can understand from adults' perspective if you're out of your mind, if you have a substance abuse issue, right? Those are reasons. But to a child, from infancy to adolescence that can't understand that, that's not an excuse. It's not going to work. It's not good enough because that child needs both parents.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because here comes the self accountability piece. Just like you can hold the mom accountable and say there's no excuse for her being absentee, there's no excuse for you having a child out of wedlock and having a split family. That goes for both of you guys. Because your son, just like my kids, have to watch a blended family, a divided family, and they have to watch biological over here, and then where's my mommy? So you caused that. She caused that, and you caused that. So just like your son don't care about excuses, he don't care about your excuses. He don't care about how you were feeling at the end of your marriage. He don't care about your counseling that you had. He don't care about you getting custody of him. He don't care about you rehabilitating his family by remarrying and having a close knit family. He does not care. You don't get that benefit of the doubt, and his mom don't get that benefit of the doubt. So I'm glad you said that.
There's a big difference, bro. You moving the goalpost. The point is, we're talking about present after the fact. Who's present? Who's present?
We talking about the kid. Remember, you thinking?
We're
Don't,
talking about
don't.
presence.
We
And we
talking
talking
about
about
the kid.
presence.
We talking
One
about with
parent
the
he can't even
kid.
see. He can't even see to ask those questions and have them conversations
And the
with.
other
So we
parent,
can't
he
go
has
there.
to.
We're
And the
not
other
going there.
parent,
We're
and
not
the
going
other
there.
parent.
The other
Hold
parent's
on.
here. The other parent's here.
Let's
The other
stay in the
parent is
mind of a
here
child.
giving. The other parent's here having
Just because you
conversations.
talk loud, it don't
Having
mean you're right.
conversations. It don't mean I'm right because I'm
You
talking. Mean
spoke for
I've
five
lived it.
minutes. You spoke for five
That's
minutes.
fine.
I
I'm gonna
want
talk for five more,
all I need
and
is
I'll
one.
talk for five more.
And
What
all
I'm
I need
saying
is
is
one.
this: it's the parent that's here that's having the conversations about the other parent. Don't forget that part of it. Don't forget that part of it
All right,
because you
let
can't
me know when you
forsake that.
finish.
You can't forsake that. I'm not gonna be finished. You can't forsake that. You can say, I understand what you're saying, but the topic
Oh,
of the
now
conversation is there an excuse for being absent?
we gave
I
you
ain't
that
absent,
already.
bro. I ain't absent.
But you
I
created
ain't
the
absent.
absentee.
Absentee, that's another, that's what deadbeat is really is, bro.
You
It's called the
created
absentee.
it. You created the deadbeat situation. You
Who?
laid down with a deadbeat.
I, okay.
Self accountability.
Who said,
Nobody
okay.
And
said you
to be
didn't. So why are
honest,
you
you can
shouting?
be present
So,
and
is that the
not
topic?
really be there. So you
Is that the
gotta, that's
topic?
what I'm telling you.
Is
Like,
that the topic?
you don't get an
What's the
award
topic?
just for,
What's the
cause,
topic?
dog, that
Where's the
junk so
goalpost? Is the
deep.
goalpost
Oh,
here
I can't
or is
wait.
the goalpost over
Anyway,
there?
Bro, we
Let me know what
answered
the
the topic
goalpost
already.
is.
We
let
answered
me
the
get a
topic
picture of
already.
him so
Okay.
I can
So
put him on
okay.
my
So now
thumbnail.
so now let's talk next topic. What's the next topic then? We move topics? Let me know.
Put
Let
him
me
No,
on
know.
this
my
Are
thumbnail.
we
You get
are,
me?
we trying to keep some accountability on don't
accountability to what? The topic is there an excuse for deadbeat, right? For absentee parent,
Yeah,
right?
put your hands back up.
you
Scream.
said what?
Goalpost. Goalpost. So if we're closing that out and we're agreeing, are we all agreeing in agreement? All in agreement say there's no excuse for being a deadbeat. Cool. Now if we want to talk about accountability for everything
Hey,
else,
6 minutes in, we agreed 6 minutes in. We were trying to expand the
okay.
conversation, and now you're on the
Expanded.
ropes, and now you're upset, and now
I ain't
you're
on no
hurt,
ropes and I ain't upset at all.
and
Ain't
it's
nothing
He's
changed.
definitely in the field, Mike. I'm
man.
with you when you're right.
Now I, I'm clarity.
He
You can
needs a
have
minute to gather
cowbells,
his feelings.
you can have car horns, you can have bull horns.
Take a minute to gather yourself.
Right. You need a
This is
you
an
need a second.
exercise in therapy. Give me a
You
No,
need a
minute. Go
moment.
ahead. Go ahead.
my therapist say I ain't gotta gather myself. Now what?
You just hit some interesting points. You just said in the mind of a child, there's no excuses. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. There's no excuses for his
Yeah,
mom not to be there, and also there's
Your
no
therapist
excuse.
is a black lady.
There's no excuse. There's no
not at all.
excuse for you or for that child to be in a situation he's in. The child didn't choose to be here. So I agree with you. There's blame on both sides in the child's mind.
Absolutely,
I
absolutely.
really enjoyed you guys tonight. I'm gonna have
Okay,
to pull back up on you guys.
Are you about to
anytime.
bounce? Yeah, we about to end it because we're at the 50
Oh
minute
no, no,
mark.
no. I'm not trying to I'm not going nowhere. I'm here. I'm free.
Oh, okay. I thought I said we can end it because
No,
we don't
no,
want to.
I'm
Hey,
free. Hey, I told you when I
hey.
get off of here, I'm going to make some content.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. What you? Uh oh.
Wait, hold on.
No,
Wait, go
no,
ahead.
no,
Uh
no.
oh.
Wait,
I'm gonna
Whoa.
talk about
you about to run your OnlyFans up? That's what you.
why
That's
would
not.
I first of
That's
all
not
I'm
what I was.
joking with you. I'm joking. That's what it
first
sounded
of
like.
all, I wouldn't dare disrespect my husband and have an OnlyFans, let
Hey,
alone disrespect myself.
I don't know. I was
The hell is wrong
joking,
with you?
completely joking. I was completely
Yeah,
joking.
I'm glad that you're in a jokey mood because you definitely was just in your field.
Mm-mm.
Like,
just if because I'm very
You
straightforward with
can
my
get
feelings
all
and emotions.
serious and you can go jokey jokey when
I'm
you
not.
want to.
I'm not. Listen, I was serious because
Very adult like, simply.
I was making a very specific point because Mrs. Too Real was trying to make me seem like it wasn't real over here, and it's real. No, truth be told, honestly, long story short, y'all.
I never
Um,
tried to make it seem like it was anything. I'm thinking sometimes when you get a little in your feels, maybe something I say strikes a nerve with something that you've been dealing with because you've been going to therapy. And you maybe think I'm trying to like jig at you or something, but I don't know you like that. And I wouldn't even disrespect you like that. So I kind of feel tried because you would think I do some like little flaunt junk like that. I don't operate like that. I know you're not well versed on like actually paying attention and listening to people and getting to know them. You made that very clear because you said it took you 4 years to realize that you guys didn't have the same moral system. So yeah.
so
Now you can finish your statement, but don't try me like that no more, okay? Thank you. Cause like you be trying to do too much. I don't know if you're
so
trying to get your little views up.
what?
She
We
say,
know
but
that.
not
We
on
know the
me.
reason.
When I say little, I'm not trying to disrespect y'all. I just always put little in my sentences. Please in the comments, don't be talking about I call that stuff little because that's not what I'm saying.
So to keep it a buck, right?
Hmm.
I think we did agree. There's no excuse, but my passion
Yes,
comes.
we did.
Yeah.
We
So
did.
my passion in the topic comes from being on the other side of that situation, y'all. Mike and I talked about it, man. Um, and not that this is discrediting being a mother, right? Because we're not mothers, so I can never, claim to understand what it is. But being a father is tough. Being a single father is tough. Raising another man's seed is tough. Um, and understanding the things that we've committed to, and having a mother who, have everybody said there's a maternal connection that's so deep and intimate that is nothing like nothing of it. But to be in that situation and have a mother not put forth effort for their child, not put their child first, it's abnormal. Even if with a father, but I think we see it more often with the father than that. But it's abnormal, y'all, and I don't think it's any excuse for that. I don't think it's any excuse for that.
You guys are about to end, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
I ain't
good.
gonna even respond back to him then. Okay.
Oh no, you go ahead. No,
All my kids is together, so I'm straight. I could be here all night. Everybody
no,
cool.
you go ahead.
I love that for you, that all your kids are together. What I'm gonna tell you is that was the whole thing. I really hate that your child like has to go through this. I hate that you're having to go through this because it clearly like has taken a toll on you. And I can get it, like I can kind of get it, but kind of not because like my husband, like both of my daughters are from my husband. My daughters are his only kids. Um, Ken. Is it hard? I'm sure it is. But women have, and I'm not trying to take away from it, but I want you to understand why when you saying it, this what women been saying for like decades and decades and decades, and yet men like yourself go out and just enjoy yourself for moments at a time. You said, "What were we doing for?" And you were gloating about it. You said, "What were we doing for 4 years?" We were. I'm like, did you literally just walk yourself into proving my point? Like, I get that it's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm not making excuses for her. I'm just letting you know people been making a choice not to take care of their kids. Just because you stood up, you're a man, and it's different. I'm sure it is a lot. Like, kudos to you because it's a lot of men that did not make the same choice when in your shoes. But you don't get like no extra cool points, dog. Like, that's the luck of the draw when we make the decisions that you made like way in the beginning. I'm just saying. Could the same thing happen to me? Yes. I could wake up tomorrow and my husband could flip a switch if he decide probably and make a choice not to take care of his kids. But my chances are a little bit more slimmer because I've gotten to know the man. You know what I'm saying? Like I know him, so you ain't see none of this coming. You really didn't know her at all. I'm just asking. Like you don't gotta say your business. You can tell me when the camera go off. I'm just because this is like throwing me for like a mind loop that sometimes you see it coming. Like if you know the person, then you be like, you know what they did when we used to like get mad at each other. They did used to do like little shady stuff, like change their passwords and stuff. So if something happened, it's gonna be like some court stuff having to happen. But
No,
you ain't know her at all, though, right?
no, no. Let me explain. So you're
Okay,
talking about from a relationship standpoint. I knew who she was, and I was able to navigate the relationship with her. Did I know
okay.
it? Did I know that she
Y'all
had
just
it?
say never talk about kids and stuff.
No, 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 no. I watched her there raising and being a part of the kid's life. What I'm saying is, I couldn't gauge that she would be a deadbeat mother outside of us being in the relationship. There's no way to ask somebody that. There's no way to gauge that. You can't test that, right? What I'm saying is, when the relationship dissolved, right? She left her kid too. When we went to, she tried everything she could. We went to court, and when everything came out, she chose not to be there. She don't even pay child support.
She did that because she couldn't monetize. Because you said you
What do you,
lawyered up. She tried to take money from you, couldn't get it, so that's why you think that's why she abandoned her child.
bro? I don't have the context to answer the question. What do I think? I think,
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I get what you're saying, Anthony. This is not about the relationship. This is about the decision that she made with her child. So what I'm saying is, she tried to go to court to
that's your biological child from her?
absolutely, yeah. I wouldn't be taking care of nothing else like that outside of the
I mean,
relationship.
I'm just asking. You said before that you let some, like one of the other young ladies with two other kids that were not yours, also come back because you felt bad. It's kind of giving you're super nice. Like you seem like you a Sour Patch Kid, but it's giving you might be real nice. Are you like
I,
one of those guys that women get over on? Well, used to get over on because you're married now, so women don't get
nobody.
over on you. You have a beautiful wife that's there to help you take on the load that you are speaking about. Like you have somebody there. That's the beauty of marriage. Like anything that you go through, you don't have to go through it by yourself. Like you fighting with that person. So although like your child's mother is not there, I know you said it's not the relationship aspect, but your son still get that mother aspect like from your wife. You know what I'm saying? So it's no excuse for what his mom did, but that do count for something, right? That counts for something.
Well,
That like your wife is there to be that mother figure for your children, right? Yeah.
so so yeah, but
Yes.
hold on. Let me let me
Yes.
let me answer the
Because
question.
your wife may watch this. Yes,
A-
right?
Absolutely. But what I'm
Okay.
saying
I'm
is,
just making sure. Okay, just making sure.
I'm trying to ask, how does anything that my wife has to do with, what does that have to do with his mother not being a mother and choosing to be
Because I
absent?
couldn't believe, because when we're talking about these things in order to help better the community, because remember at the beginning before you got on, when we were slightly talking about content, Mike mentioned what his hopes was for you guys' podcasting channel. So I'm just giving a solution to if somebody is going through this. Um, if they know somebody that's going through this, I want them to see the positive. The positive in what you have been through is now you are in another phase, another season in your life, and you have somebody there.
Am I supposed to speak?
No, I'm just saying. You
Oh,
actually
I
are
agree.
answering the question.
I, I
That's
I
it.
agree. I agree. And that's again, that's that goes without saying. Completely
Hold
agree with what
on.
you're saying. Uh,
I'm
my
still
point,
here.
okay, that goes without saying. I completely agree with what you're saying.
Hmm.
What the point that I'm trying to make is that even through the relationship that I had with my son's mother for the time that we had it, no. I did not see an absentee mother. I couldn't believe it. So what I'm thinking, and Mike asked the question, I don't have an answer. I have a lot of excuses that have been given to my son and myself over the years as to why she's not here, why she doesn't do that, why she doesn't do this, why she doesn't do that. So all I can do is speculate. What I think that there's a part of her that doesn't know how to face her reality. There's a part of her that might feel insecure as an individual. There's a part of her that may not know how to answer her son truthfully about her experiences. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But what I'm
That's
saying is,
real. That's real, Ken. And I gotta put
yeah,
some respect on your name. And I ain't gonna even call you simply. Like that's probably like the realest thing I done heard you say like all night, dog. Besides when you were being transparent and then you went left, it's like you always take a good point and you go left. So that's why I had to just cut you off before you go left again. But that's real, like so that's you. Like mentioning those things, let me know that you've considered that, and ultimately, even though you're saying that, you do show grace. So thank you for being transparent, and thank you for being real. Like that's real. I'm being genuine right now. I know you can't see my face.
Okay. So my new name is gonna be Ken Two Real then, right? I make it Two Real family.
Say it
We ain't.
again. What happened
Yeah,
to
we
your
ain't.
audio? Say it one more time.
I said so. My new name is gonna be Ken Too Real. I just want to make sure I got indoctrinated to the Too Real family.
Well, right now you graduated to Ken trying to be real.
Ken TBR.
Right, right, right.
Oh my
You
God.
on your way. You really are on your way.
All right,
Listen, my,
y'all.
my
You really
application's
should make
in.
some videos.
Oh Lord.
Good
Y'all
topic.
asked
Good
me to.
good topic. Good topic. We had a nice little back and forth. I don't think there's any solutions that need to be had. Deadbeat is a deadbeat. An absentee parent is an absentee person. The best thing you can do is try to surround them with a best case scenario, and that's what Ken is doing, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what we're all doing. They have a right to be raised in a functional family with two parents, and that's what we're trying to do. Even though we're not perfect, this is what it is. What's up, Ken?
And I want to say this. I want to end it with this too, Anthony. I think you'll value this point. Um, the reason why I stand so firm on not having an excuse is because that's inversely empowering that individual. That
Mm.
you don't need an excuse. You see what I'm saying? I think sometimes giving a person an out, like, oh, my mind wasn't right. Oh, it wasn't this. That's actually giving them an opportunity to use something they don't need to use. Guess what? Guess what you can do with your son? Say, you know what? I was wrong, son. I was scared. I didn't know how to talk to you. Right? When you take away excuses, people have to accept and deal with your reality. That's what I want my son to get from his mother. The reality. I don't want to get I was on drugs. I was this, I was that. Give him the reality. Because guess what he'll be able to do? He'll be able to look at that and find a way to respect it through his own lived experiences. That's why I
Mm.
don't give excuses.
That's real.
Does
I
that make
don't
it to the
have
fed?
anything to say about that. That is real. Shout out to you.
Hey,
That's my
I knew
happy
you
day.
had it in you.
this
You just
this
had
what
to
this is
pull it
this
out, you
Wait,
know?
this is
wait, wait,
what
wait.
Ken
Hold
does.
up, hold up.
This is what Ken does. He always tries to redeem
Ain't this what
himself
y'all do?
at the end of the
Ain't this what
show.
y'all do? Ain't this what the chicks do now?
And then he
The
goes
T?
left.
He's just that quick.
Yeah.
In the blink of an eye. Just
Yep.
that quick.
Hey.
He snatched
But yeah,
he snatched defeat from the jaws of
Thank you
victory.
guys for having me. I really enjoyed it.
For sure. Make sure you guys
absolutely.
click the like button, please. I know you guys enjoyed this back and forth because I did. They didn't let me talk, so I just had to sit and listen. So
Oh, I'm
they was
so sorry. What are your thoughts?
they was
We
going at
really
it,
do
boy.
value your thoughts. You
No, no.
always have really good thoughts.
Hey, y'all was hitting it. I didn't have to even step in there. And plus, Ken wouldn't let me anyway. When I finally did get in there, Ken
Mm.
was so worked up.
I
Worked
mean,
up,
you
huh?
came in so gracefully though,
I
and your
I
point,
try.
like
I
you
try.
be
He
on point.
tried.
I can tell you were always the good voice of reason. You've been the good voice of reason.
Try not
That's
to.
what I'm getting. I'm getting. He was the one always wanting to get into the trouble, try to make you, like, yeah, let's try this. That's what I'm getting.
Thank
I'm
you.
pretty much good at this. I
Woo,
think I'm
she's
good at
good at
this. I
this.
can be
She's very good
certified.
at this. She's very, very
So
good
so
at this.
so to our A to D family, Antonice is gonna be doing house calls next week.
Right, right.
If you
Where do
need your
y'all
life,
live at?
I'm in Indiana. He's in
I'm I'm
Arizona.
in the United States.
Arizona.
I'm in. What is you doing, bro?
You know where she at? She told you where she
I'm in
was at.
I'm in the
I'm
United
in Florida.
States,
I'm in Jacksonville,
Remember
Florida.
you got family down there. Remember, Ken?
Jacksonville,
See, watch this.
off
Yeah.
Blandon Boulevard. I got family off Blandon Boulevard in Orange Park.
I was just over there, like on Blandon. So I go to church off of Blandon, like over in Orange Park.
Yeah, Orange Park. What church?
I go to Shallow. I go to the Orange Park location. So it's
Okay.
off Blandon. It's like way down Blandon
Yeah,
Boulevard. But I
down
was
south,
over that way this morning.
all the way down South Blandon. I know exactly where the church is. That is so
Mm-hmm.
funny. That is
Yep.
so funny. I believe my aunt and uncle went to that church. So
Really?
yeah, Shallow, because they have like 4 locations, right?
We have two. So we have one downtown off Beaver Street, and then we have one out
Yes.
in the Orange Park location.
So okay, this is crazy. So you know where the landing
Boom.
is? The
Uh-huh.
Jackson. How far was the church with the big church? That was the bigger one, right?
No, so the bigger one is the one downtown. So they like maybe like 25 minutes, 30 if you drive slow. I drive like
Well,
pretty, I do the
well,
speed
no,
limit, but I get there. So like 25 minutes.
we went to the one downtown, and then we would go to the landing after that. You know where the landing used to be? I think they tear it down now. I heard.
I was about to say, now, when was the last time you came to town? Because the land is being towed down, but
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
putting something new there. You should Google it. So if y'all need something to do, look up Jacksonville, Florida. Like it's a lot of like good things that are coming to the city. Like the city gonna be so lit in 2026. I'm on like a few of like the not really boards, but I go to like meetings and stuff. Like I'm really involved in the community, and it's a lot of stuff coming to the city. Like it's gonna be a lot of stuff popping. I'm excited. That's why I'm trying to get my page flowing and stuff so I can like talk about this stuff and like put
That's
people
dope.
on because there be a lot of stuff going on and people don't really be involved. Everybody want to vote for the president. Nobody don't be knowing like
Local.
what
You're
district
local.
they live
You're
in and
local. Yeah, you're
like
local. Go
yo
local.
local and local affect your everyday life.
It's
Really.
more important than the presidency. I tell people that all the time.
It
Um,
really is. In my opinion, I think it is. I think it is.
quick question. Y'all still go hang out in St. Augustine? Is it still beautiful out there?
Yeah, it is. I haven't
Yeah.
been to St. Augustine since like last year. I put a vlog on my page. We be going there. But yeah, we don't got it like that because I mean, it's stuff to do. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it just depends on what you like because you got to think a lot of us, like, we don't. Things that I find like fun and interesting now since I'm about to be 40 ain't the same things that other people like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had
Be
to get to
corny.
this point
Look,
because
look.
I
I'm
used to just
corny and
party all the
serene.
time.
Hmm.
Huh?
I'm corny. I'm corny and serene. I love like somewhere like St. Augustine. I love that. I even go down.
Now I do. But I used to be
Yeah.
a hot girl, like party all the time, go to block parties. I met my husband in the club, like
Oh
literally.
goodness.
Like, yeah, I used to be a club head, so but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but the landing gone. To answer your question, the landing is gone.
That's funny.
But I need to come visit y'all. Do y'all be traveling?
Always, bro.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I came to
where's
Arizona before
Jacksonville?
for a job.
Where's Jacksonville exactly in Florida?
it's top. That's
It's north. Okay, that's what I thought.
northwest
Yeah,
corner.
like northeast, maybe. It's in
Kind of
between.
central,
That's what I
right?
I
thought.
Right
don't
down from
really
Atlanta.
say Central.
That's what I thought.
Central
Okay.
is more so like Orlando.
Well, no, no, no.
Um.
North central,
Oh,
because
okay,
it's
okay,
north,
okay.
and it's because if you go too far west, it ain't really nothing at the top left of Florida, really, right? You're
Sundown
coming
towns.
through.
Yeah.
Um,
What?
you're coming through. Where's some oranges and stuff be at? I forget what the name of that city is. That's known for the oranges and stuff.
Because
But
what you
Jacksonville,
ain't finna do is
pull it up. Yeah.
now what you was saying about Florida.
No, so Jacksonville. So look at the top. Look at where Jacksonville is. It's the northmost part of Florida. And when you're coming from the westmost part of Florida, from that corner all the way east towards Jacksonville, it's not really anything there.
Popping. Yeah.
Jacksonville is like the first. major spot in the north part of Florida.
I mean, but it depends on what you like. You say you serene, so some of these other places like
Yeah, it's a lot of orange orchards and stuff like that out there. But bro, I went to Ripley's, believe it or not. I did a lot, bro. I actually
I
swam
love
in the
Ripley.
ocean.
See, I'm green. I'm corny. See, we love
Yeah,
Ripley when we win. I like
I
stuff
actually
like that. I like finding out stuff, and a lot of us don't like to read though. You know, they say put it in a book. They want to hide it from us. Something like that.
yeah. So listen, guys. I got to end this episode. I have a 7-year-old that I have to talk about a DECEASED with.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to have this conversation with him. You want to say hi to the podcast? Come here. Say
I hate that I
hello.
got this American education. I don't even know what he's still. I'm gonna have to play this back when it's posted.
It's
Hey,
it
how
it's
you
it's a.
doing?
She says, "How you doing?" He said thumbs up. He's doing good. So
Oh, hey,
I'll
nice
spell it
to
one more
meet
time.
you.
They had a
I
loss in
have
the
a
family.
unalived
Puppy.
PUPPY. Yeah. So I have to have the conversation with him about it. So
Oh, that's so sad. I lost my dog like 2 years ago.
hold on
He
a second.
passed. It's really sad. It's like
Yeah,
losing a family member.
it is. Listen, I don't do well with that. So on that note, I'm gonna have to
All
let y'all
right,
go.
y'all.
All right, good people.
Peace.
We all
Um,
about to sign out.
One love.
bye.